because of Parsons couldn't mark the ball. The kick away from Bowles. Mervyn Kane out there, 1 against 2. Tiller jumps on top of the Sturt defender, and there'll be a bounce. Tiller and Mervyn Kane having a few words. Actually, with the form Tiller's in, I don't think I'd tangle with him. There'll be a bounce out there at left half forward flank. 14 plays 9. Sturt leading. Redden in front. The siren's gone. First quarter score here at Prospect Oval. Sturt 2-2. North Adelaide 1-3.
He kicked 10 last week in the reserve.
Already kicked none. Yes.
Sturt by 5 points as we pick up the second quarter here at Prospect Oval. Wet conditions, a rugged game. McKechnie gets the tap. Busting his way out of the pack is Motley. Drives Sturt to the half-forward line. Almost getting there was Filkey, but Arfield comes through and tends to fend the ball towards the boundary line.
Paul Hollis in.
Thank you. A throw in half-forward right flank. It'll be McKechnie. And Redden behind. Redden probably got the tap. Players underneath the ball underneath the players, and umpire Hilton will ball it up. Both umpires had a bit of practice in the first quarter. Good bounce. McKechnie and Redden. Once again, the players in there looking for the footy. Riley back in defence, has to give it away in a hurry to Tiller, close to the line, gets the kick away, high back up towards centre wing. Motley one-handed, can't bring it down. Now Kane edges it towards the line. Matthew Campbell, who could be playing centre now, with Andrew Jarman off the ground with a hip injury.
Mervyn Kane there, kept the ball in front of him, and he's still got a good head on his shoulders as a defender. Reid in front, punch away from Bennett. Kane couldn't recover quickly enough. That's a good tackle by Viney. The North Adelaide player there was a little bit lucky in Malcolm Ellis. There'll be a bounce. Left half forward flank for North Adelaide. Bennett up high. Hart got out. Wobbles one away with the left boot. Parsons and Spiel. Spiel punches away. So that's the game plan. It's Spiel on Parsons and McKechnie on Redden. And if it works, obviously it'll stay that way all day. We'll see. Oh, the handball missed Motley by a yard. So we'll see another throw in the left half forward area for North Adelaide. It was an interesting first quarter. Neither side could get a break in the conditions. Viney mishandled. Pretty easy to mishandle in these conditions. Whittlesea Painter. Now Motley skirting the pack. Oh, he hooks it straight to Tiller.
He's his man, I think he is. He's the back playing ruckman. He's the run on ruckman for the North Adelaide side.
Tiller will go long, as always. Now Dietrich under the ball. The big chap gets up, can't mark it. Hart stolen off hands. Runs into an open goal. Great work, Hart. This first. North Adelaide hit the front. 2-3. Sturt 2-2.
Well, once again, we see the situation where the defensive action of a team rebounding the ball out blindly and a player playing loose across on the half-forward centre line area, taking possession of the ball, then rebounding it back into the forward line. Wrong-footed the player who rebounded the ball, and they just went in and kicked the goal. North Adelaide through Darryl Hart off the rebound kick of David Tiller, and now they've got themselves back in the lead.
Yes, the lead of 1 point. 3 minutes gone. McKechnie got his hand to the ball. Motley to Painter. On the lead now was Derrington. Couldn't get to the footy. Getting back on it was Wildy. Couldn't get it out now. The handball goes out towards Klomp. Klomp shoots to the woodwork. I think that's home. Great goal. Good handball. Derrington has got it out to him. Klomp first. And Sturt resumed the lead. 3-2 to 2-3.
John Painter in the centre of the ground, then getting the ball out. He went for a short kick. It wasn't a very good kick, but Jim Derrington was able to keep the ball in the half-forward area. Gave Robert Klomp the opportunity then to come into towards the goal. He sidestepped his opponent and just calmly went around and kicked the goal. Very well done by Klomp. He's had a very good first quarter and a bit now. His first quarter was excellent. He's certainly competing for the ball very well at centre half-forward for Sturt.
The Grange Trust there, Jeff Motley, John McGuinness, also Neil Craig, still injured. Comes off hands to Campbell, now Tiller. Wobbly kick with the right boot, Mervyn Kane. Bennett got there though. Off hands, Simmons, he was dragged. Kane got the kick away. Hollis showing good pace. Can't mark the ball. They both fall over. Armfield and Hollis. McKechnie smashes off the ground. His opponent is Redden. Seemed to have plenty of time then to Armfield. Caught well by Smith. Smith had a great first quarter. There's a little bit of friction between the players. Another North Adelaide change. Jarman coming back on. Zuchen's off. Good news for North Adelaide. Jarman back onto the ground. He's immediately in the play. The handball not effective. That one is Sanders. Mervyn Kane. Clonk. Long way out from centre half forward. Avoids the fist. Hollis, Derrington, Wheeldie and Riley. Riley's caught. Cole. That was a great tackle by Filkey. 5 minutes into the second quarter. Filkey's in the right forward pocket. Sturt looked pretty good to me. They've approached this game, it would seem, with a pretty good attitude. Filkey puts the ball up high. That's across the face of goal, though, for a point. Sturt 3-3, North Adelaide 2-3.
I think the comment you made then, Pete, about their game plan, there's no doubt about that. They've got Spill standing on Parsons and McKechnie on Redden. They've certainly come into the game with a plan, and Viney in the centre on Jarman, who's just returned to the ground.
Hill got the ball off the fingers of Hart, kicks towards the half-forward line. Out there is Bennett, needs support, can't find it yet, left foot's around the corner. Getting back on it now is Smith. Coming to meet it, however, was Bowles, couldn't get it. Smith can. Motley underneath the footy. Frost will get it next. Sturt going to attack through their wingman. Caught on the wrong foot, which is his left foot. No, I mean his right foot. He got his left foot away. Kicks the Wilmot in the pocket, but he can't get there. I didn't think he's going to have room to get that left foot into action, which he used with great power. But he got the kick away, but too far in front of Wilmot. Throwing in the right forward pocket. Clonk used his body. Over the top came Riley. Riley hooked high back towards centre wing. Tiller and Motley, a bit of talent there. Find Mark Motley. Motley from the half-forward line with kick number 10. Gee, starting to get into the game. Wilmot there, Arnold over the top of him. Trying to crash his way through where was Riley and Armfield. And now it's Clonk using his strength. Tries to get past Hardy. Still over the top of the ball. Hollis went out. Finally, Pater! Oh, what a shot at goal! Brilliantly done, Johnny Pater. His first. The Blues doing it well here at Prospect lead 4-3 to the Northerners 2-3.
Well, it was interesting in the first quarter that John Painter didn't really get into the game, but this quarter, in this last few minutes, as Heaton has had a couple of touches, and by gee, how well Sturt have responded to it. And of course, Robert Clomp it was that created the opportunity. Then some very strong work back on that half-forward area. Darryl Hart looks as though he's down, and a little bit of strife on the back line for North Adelaide.
Gee, it's a facial injury too to Darryl Hart, and there's been some awful ones this year. Let's hope the lad's all right.
Peter, he normally wears a helmet.
Yes, you're right, Ian, and he's discarded it. Now Derrington. Sturt looking good. Filkey came across and he's got it. Filkey's got it at centre half forward, and he can kick the ball a long way. Now, Hart is going to be looked at, and I don't like the look of Darryl Hart at the moment. I think he's in a bit of pain. Let's hope the lad hasn't sustained a serious injury. North Adelaide have copped plenty this year. Phillips, Andrews, Clisby, Robertson, Poynton. Yes, Jarman just a little while ago, although he's back on the ground. Filkey kick is offline. Normally converts those. Now, Darryl Hart, I think, is going to come off. Either that or he's going to be looked at by a doctor. No, he's going to come off, which is sad, sad news for the North Adelaide side. Philip Bunn replaces him.
Redden couldn't pull down the mark. The umpire's going to pay it, however. Mick Redden from the half-back flank. No, it's not going to be Redden. Obviously, it's a free kick to someone else. It'll be taken out there by Wheeldie, who kicks back towards centre field. Bunn back on the ground, couldn't make it. Clonk playing well in conditions that he would relish. Puts out the pass to the half-forward line. That's done well. Whittlesey, I don't know what he's doing up there. Gets it to Pake. He's in attack as well, trying to get round Arfield. Can't make it. Great tackle put on him. Quickly swooping on it is Sanders for the Northerners. Gets the kick back towards centre wing and Kane. He's upended. Frost. Whittlesey over the top. Player stack up on top of the ball, and umpire Hilton will come in for the bounce. At the interchange gate, centre wing, grandstand side. Sturt by 13 points, starting to edge clear. Redden and McKechnie joined by Frost. Tiller pulled off the footy, hasn't got it. Free kick. The Bronx cheer goes up from the grandstand. I'm sure that wasn't for Tiller, more so for the free kick. But whips out the handball back to Jarman, this way, that way. Cleverly hooks it to Sanders. Sanders on the half-forward line. Out comes Dietrich now. He wants it in high. Dietrich gets a lead. At the back is Parsons. Down there too. Simmons bowls. Head towards goal. Kicks. Goal! Beautifully done. He was floored. At the moment he got the kick away. Held his ground. Booted a goal. The Northerners needed it. But they still trailed 3-3 to 4-4. Peter Simmons is on the ground replacing Darryl Hart, who's just gone off. And that was a great little bit of play then by Jamie Bowles. He let that player get right on top of him, but at no stage did he deviate, even though the player was going to cut across his right leg. And he's potted a very important goal for North Adelaide.
Game opening up a little bit now. Redden and McKechnie. We're at the 10-minute mark now of this second quarter. North Adelaide trailing by 7 points. Motley trying to get a kick away. Tiller there, back to Motley. Redden fighting hard in there. It comes out from Derrington to Smith. Smith kick is a high one. Could bring rain. Hayes under it. Klopp sweeping. Also Painter. A walk, in fact, it was. The handball comes out. Now Painter. A long kick in. Wilmot. Oh, good mark there by Arnold. Arnold transgresses to Hill. Hill's got an absolute panic to move in. Jarman will get it next. Jarman has been a star for North Adelaide this year. Puts it in front of Bennett. Bennett didn't mark the ball. Pate. The handball won't reach Frost. Comes off hands, and it will be thrown in right in front of the commentary position. Left half forward flank for North Adelaide. It's very cold here at Prospect. Light rain falling. Bennett did it well, but it went to Frost, who kicks out on the full.
I like your comment over the other side, Peter. It could bring rain. It's brought plenty, I can tell you. Hill from centre wing, from the out of bounds on the full free kick. A nice looking kick to the half forward line to Bennett. Reed's playing him well, but on that occasion couldn't get the fist to it. Strong mark by Peter Bennett, getting into the action now. 2 marks, 5 kicks, puts a long one in. Dietrich out in front, gets up there, can't bring it down. Take the crumbs, returns the ball towards centre wing. Looking for McKechnie. Got one hand to it at the back of the pack. Hill cutting across in front of Winter. Not Winter walk. McKechnie. Motley. Quickly onto the boot of Hay. Not Hay. It was Wildy. A high kick going back by Smith up towards full forward and Wilmot. Arnold at the back. Riley. Tap cleverly. Wildy. Arnold. North Adelaide beautifully out of defence to Hill. Hill bolts. Puts out a long one. Up looking for Bowles. Whittlesey there with him. Kane comes across. It's 2-on-1. Gets the left foot kick away. It's not a very good one towards centre wing. Viney. Whittlesey. And Pike. Sturt running, steamrolling the ball out of defence. Smith. A long kick to the half-forward line. Filkey. Fine mark with a wet ball. Filkey would almost be within scoring distance. Wilmot wanted it in. So did Motley. Wilmot's going to get it. Beautifully put, Craig Filkey. Wilmot on a straight lead. Filkey playing his 50th game. And umpire Hilton umpiring his 150th. The eyes of the Sturt camp right on Ian Wilmot. That's home for all money. Can this fellow kick? That's his second. Sturt 5-4, North Adelaide 3-3.
Well, that was certainly, if we had a player of the day in, I think that would have been, that was a great movement out of defence then. Mervyn Kane hit a handball, but then they recovered right across the half-back line did Sturt till Daryl Smith took possession and drove the ball into the half-forward line where Craig Filkey coming up from the pocket took a fine mark. He went back, summed it up well, didn't drive blindly into the goal square, and then he gave Wilmot a chance to make a late lead. He accepted the pass gladly, and what a great kick he is, as you said. He certainly can put the ball through. Seems a shame, I would think, early in the year that he missed those 2 goals in a couple of matches when the game was so close. I bet he could have cut his leg off.
Wilmot has 75 goals for season 85. McKechnie got the tap out, but it only went as far as Campbell. His kick, or attempted kick, was thwarted. Through comes Jarman, but the whistle's gone. There's a free kick there to Ellis. Now Malcolm Ellis is going straight down the centre of the ground. There's a push. That was as obvious a push as you'd see. Downs with the free kick. These certainly are not Dietrich's conditions. The last time we saw Dietrich here against Norwood, he didn't have a good day. Motley. Oh, the handball puts Frost in a lot of bother, but great work out there by Viney. Gave them the chance, or Derrington it was. Over the top now, Wildy. He read it well. Armfield. Both sides have got very good defensive players. Hay. Torpedo punt. Spiel. Oh, good mark. Very good mark, Frank Spiel. And he's doing his job on Parsons very, very well. Certainly not Parsons' conditions. Not Frank Spiel's either. Filkey. No mark. Gee, a North Adelaide player there had it. Wildy it is, and it was very well done in the pack. Riley. Stephen Riley. Ellis. Smith. Smith punches away. Ellis gets it on the rebound. Gets through Viney. A left foot kick to Redden. The big chap's got nowhere to go. Walk. Redden did very well though to hold ground. So North Adelaide 3-3, trailing Sturt 5-4, and Sturt are outplaying them at the moment, but never give North Adelaide away this year. They've had a very good season. Well, it went straight through Jarman. Gee, you wouldn't see that very often. Ellis had his feet taken from underneath him by Smith.
Malcolm Ellis playing on the half-forward line to beat them into attack. Dietrich wants it, so does Parsons. 16 minutes gone. Puts it up for Dietrich. Spiel back. Parsons there as well. Aerial ping-pong at the moment as the ball was kicked out by Painter. Quickly now, Jarman, dummy to handball. Gets round onto the right foot. On the lead is Bowles. Into the pocket it goes. Beautifully intercepted there by Whittlesey. Bumps to the line. But great defensive work by the Sturt back pocket player. A throw in about 30 metres around. McKechnie got it down to Painter. Heaves it towards centre field. Sanders. Well read by Hollis on the left leg. Swings Sturt into attack. Klopp has got to run against the tide. Never took his eyes off the footy. Over the half-forward line he goes. He goes home with a long one. Getting back on it. Well, he's got the ball. Don't know whether he's over the line or not. No, the mark will stand. Could have almost been a 15-metre penalty as well, the way that he was thrown to the ground afterwards. But Filkey has been put on the angle by the umpire, correctly so. No 15-metre penalty. Filkey looking across, looking for perhaps a short lead to someone in a better position, but he decides to go it alone. 10 metres out, proves his angle, blazes away, pops it through. Here's first, and the Blues go on their merry way. 6-4 plays North Adelaide's 3-3.
Sturt certainly working very well through the centre then. They got that ball coming into that half-forward line. And even though they got that great run through by Robert Klomp, I thought his kick wasn't all that good. He should have found the goal square with it. However, what did really happen was Jim Derrington just cut his opponent off the line of the run to spoil Klomp and allowed Klomp to continue with the run down the ground. And then Filkey, recovering into the square, took the fingertip mark, was tackled around the neck. I thought a bit fortunate not to be given a 15-metre penalty, but Sturt playing some good teamwork at the moment.
Hart on, bung off. On the ball now is Spiel, following Parsons in, and we'll have another bounce in the centre. North Adelaide are in trouble. Sturt have got a dominant player in Klomp at centre half forward. They've got players like Painter and Motley around the ball, and Viney in the centre. giving them a real charge. Well done, Hollis. Tavini, Klomp lines up from 50 metres out. Well, will get there, didn't have to. It was offline. The wind grabbed it. But Klomp is on fire. These conditions, he loves them in.
Victorian conditions. He must have learned a bit over there, Peter. Having to stand his ground there on the half-back line. Going Campbell, couldn't get clear. Hollis gives a chance now to Smith, but the umpire has seen a free kick. Going the way of Sturt, to be taken by Jim Derrington. Derrington might just make the distance, if he wants to, that is. Might look for a pass. Wilmot, Filkey gives the lead as well. He doesn't want either. He's going in with a long one. Out went Hollis. He goes for a short lead. Well done. Spiel. Frank thought about it, but thought better of it. Quite correctly so.
He pointed to the mark, and remember the old days when they first started, they used to wear little hats. He could have just thrown her on the ground and stayed his mark.
There's the angle. He's about 45 metres out from goal. Spiel's kick is straight. Will it make the distance? That's home. Fine goal. Well done, Frank Spiel. He's first. The Blues doing it awfully well at the moment. 7-5 plays North Adelaide's 3-3.
Well, Jim Derrington, welcome back into the Sturt side today. That was a very calm bit of play before then. He knew that he was in a bit of trouble if he kicked it very high into the air, and Spiel showed a bit of initiative, just sneaked a little bit further into the half-forward line, and the ball was kicked to him, and Big Frankie certainly improved his skills no end.
Frank Spiel's in ruck, and Parsons. Gee, Parsons not handling these conditions at all well. We're 20 minutes in. Jarman, very clever, great play to Hart. Hart's back on the ground, of course. Dietrich on the lead, and the big chap's got it. Well, it's his first kick in league football for the month.
Looks like he's bulked up a bit, Peter.
Yes, well, they might pay dividends in these conditions, Ian, a bit later on. He won't make the distance with that one. Redden tries to two-grab it. Coach Mick Noonan would be most concerned because the last time that North Adelaide played here, it was run over by Norwood. And Sturt have certainly jumped out of the blocks very well this afternoon. Up goes Dietrich, pulls it back towards Tiller. Tiller went onto his right foot, which nobody expected. And he's kicked a great goal, Tiller, on his right foot, his first. North Adelaide needed it. 4-3 now, trailing Sturt, 7-5.
Well, it looked as for all money from up here where we are, but David Tiller was in all sorts of strife then. He's kicked what would be termed a real captain's goal. If ever a side needed a bit of a left, North do, and if anyone needed to kick the goal and lead the way, it was David Tiller, and he did it on his wrong foot. Very good snap. Will it see the Roosters come with a bit of a run in the last 5?
Sturt winning the ball out of the centre at the moment. Spiel got his hand to it. Trying to run through there was Motley. Looked for the free kick, but Sanders got it back to Hay. Hay in turn to Matthew Campbell. Now the Northern has a chance to run the ball in. Spiel about to cut that player off, but not before he gets a booming kick in out there towards Bennett. Getting back in defence is Lane. Beautifully swooped on Hill. Puts a long kick in towards full forward. Dietrich setting himself. He lets the run it through. Oh, stood his ground at the last moment. Tried to shepherd it through. But the ball just marginally out offline, and umpire Marsland indicates 1 point.
Downs to kick off to grandstand side to Smith. That's a superb kick. Derrington might get it next. Or Frost. Plenty of Sturt players running into the open space now. Frost to Mervyn Kane. Painter leads into centre half forward. Also Klomp, but a great mark, Hay. Really did that well. Got his hands full though with Robert Klomp today. Frost from behind punches away. Sanders and Malcolm Ellis combined. Bennett couldn't grab it. Downs went down. Dietrich behind. Simmons. Hart. Putting his hand up was Jarman, and Hart saw him. I don't know whether Jarman can kick that far.
They are the two playmakers that North Adelaide need in form, Peter.
Certainly do. Former Sturt coach and former Glenelg coach, John Halbert. Well, Jarman certainly had no problem with the distance, but the accuracy was off. North of 4-5, Sturt 7-5.
Mike Noonan has problems. Downs is kick into the lead of Motley. Beautifully scooped up on the half volley. The kick is high, more height than length. Pake over the top, breaking his way through a high tackle, put on the Sturt player, will get a free kick, and that is David McKechnie. McKechnie puts it in towards Spiel. Good mark. Out wider is Frost. He's got a free leg to boot it long if they want to, or he's going to put out a handball. He thought about it. Now he boots long. Wilmot Arnold. Arnold at the front of the back of the pack, getting back on the ball. Painter again. Second goal. Brilliantly done. Wilmot got Arnold underneath the ball. The patient Painter got back there first, and Sturt ran on their 8th goal.
They're certainly running some good footy from that half-back line at the moment, Sturt, and they're taking advantage of it. If they can get John Painter near the fall of the ball, there's no doubt the little rover, he's got the ability to read it and to make it look so easy. His reading ability is fantastic. And, of course, we can't deny that kick of David Frost. What a wonderful leg that was to rebound that ball.
Spiel and Parsons. Sturt by 4 goals. We're approaching time on. The whistle is gone. Free kick will go to North Adelaide. It'll be taken by the big ex-basketballer, Parsons. As I mentioned before, the conditions don't suit him. When he had strong body work in there, as Sanders picks it up on the rebound. Dietrich leads. Good movement there by Downs. Downs back into it now, trying to play the ball out. He was grabbed. Nick Redden gives the old salute. There's no doubt about the fact that Downs was grabbed. Oh, the kick finds Bowles. Stolen by Reid, or rebounded to Reid. Chance out there for Ward, made good position against Hill. Just got his boot to ball, was good effort. Hay and Clonk. Hay goes for the overhead. Campbell got out of trouble well against Smith. Hooks it back, but Viney intercepts and takes a fine mark. This is where Sturt is setting it up from half back. Motley comes through and kicks long now. Filkey with a run of it. He's got the paint. Painter comes in as well. Close to the line, we will see another throw in. Been a great quarter by Sturt. They've kicked 6 goals, 3 this quarter. North Adelaide have added 3-2 thus far, so it's been Sturt's quarter. Hay and Clomp. Wieldy, Smith, the chance now, Painter, reads the ball well. That one wasn't a good kick. Drags it to the other side, and we'll see the umpire throw it into the right half-forward area for Sturt.
Into time on of the second quarter. Sturt by 24 points in a game that they desperately need to win. Hollis couldn't get the kick away. Searching for it back there, Wildy. Riley in the action. Sanders, the handball back now to Riley. Arnold appeared to be hit a bit high. And the umpire's seen a free kick for a high tackle, and it's going to David Frost.
He's in distance too, Ian, I'd say.
Or he'd be in distance from 55 metres out. I reckon he's only 35, Robert. There's the angle. Kick number 12, David Frost. Has played well. A very powerful kicking foot. How's that for a goal? Right through the middle. His first. 9-5 the Blues, 4-5 North Adelaide.
Well, David Frost is playing that centre wing position very well, actually, in terms of giving himself the greatest opportunity possible to get the ball. He's played a little bit backward of the kick of the ball, maybe a kick and a half away, and a couple of times in this match we've seen him run from deep inside half back and come up the ground with the ball rather than find himself inside the half-forward line too early. But on that occasion, he'd followed up and he was there to block when the North Adelaide side started to rebound it early in that play. It was Frost who was in behind the play, and then a little bit of carelessness by North Adelaide. They're a little bit worried about the body rather than the ball, and they've given a free kick to Frost, and they can't afford to give him that kick within 35 metres.
The league leader is in trouble. Frank Spiel getting ready for the run-in against Parsons, who's finding that slippery centre patch a little bit awesome. Oh, Viney handballed it straight into the face of Simmons. Perhaps he wanted to get the rebound. It didn't come. Derrington goes in, shoots out the handball. Campbell intercepted and got the free kick. It's well read by Matthew Campbell. He hasn't been in the game a great deal. Did a couple of good things in the first quarter. Bennett, Reid, punching away was Reid. See, North Adelaide could do with a score as Hill hooks around the corner, but it's into that dead pocket. Very difficult to score from in there. Well into time on now, and it's been a great quarter for Sturt. They've added 7 goals, and in these conditions, it's no mean feat. They've done it with method. Players that can read the ball. Keckney fell over. Pike wobbled one out. Tiller didn't mark it. Campbell, Tiller, the kick away, coming across and punching was Frost. Bell's got it out. Now Jarman. Oh, smothered beautifully by Mervyn Kane. That hurt him.
He's out cold, Pete. It's whiplashed his head.
He's in a lot of trouble, Mervyn Kane. That could be a bad one. Gee, there's the smelling salts, and
I think he's looking to see whether he swallowed his tongue, Pete.
Well, I hope they get to him very quickly. Mervyn Kane is moving now, and the trainers had to run out very quickly because he took the ball, I think.
I think the ball hit him in the face.
Yeah, in the face.
Kicked him right in the head.
No, they called for a stretcher.
It's coming to, though.
Coming to now, which is good, but they called for a stretcher here at Prospect Oval, and it's coming out now to coach Mervyn Kane, who appears to have been concussed.
Mervyn Kane being stretched from the arena straight down into the dressing room as the ball hit him in the face off the boot, and he's out like a light. Bad luck for Sturt. Zubranic is replacing his coach as the ball is bounced on the half-forward line. Sanders can't. Peter Bennett in there looking for it, and no doubt Robert Odie will pick up the moves for us in just a moment. Kane in defence, and of course Zubranic is not a defender. A bounce down on the half-forward line. McKechnie using his body well, trying to get it down to Derrington. Puts it away, centre wing, close to the line, but the ball trickled out at the interchange gate.
Yeah, Zubranic's playing on Malcolm Ellis, Ian. Malcolm, I think, is playing on the half-forward line, so they've just put Zubranic straight onto the half-back flank.
Maybe they'll change that in the course of the game. Spill, good tap to Derrington, to the half-forward line. Hay getting back on it, strong mark. He's going to get the free kick in any case. And now look at Hay, looks like he's out. Has not moved, the mark move. How could you knock a bloke out like that? He's huge. I can only assume that it's accidental, although Armfield and Smith don't seem to think that way. Stephen Hay has gone down like his poleaxe. Now he gets to the feet. Michael Noonan is shouting instructions. It seems such a simple exchange. Hay can take his kick. You would need a poleaxe to knock him out.
It was a great recovery in from not moving to kicking in, what, 15 seconds?
Well, miracles do happen, Peter. Over towards Parsons, centre wing, Peter Motley. Hay is, I think he's going to leave the field for a while, or the trainers are with him.
I think he's all right, Ian. He might have got hit in the throat fairly bad. He might have just swallowed his tongue or something like that temporarily.
Parsons and Spill, Derrington, Motley. Back to Derrington in the 1-2, nowhere to go. The safety of the line, Zubranic close to it. He takes a high tackle, and the umpire will give Zubranic his first kick for the afternoon.
Yes, David Tiller acknowledged that one, and I don't think it was intended. Frost, the long kicker, Plonk, tries to get front spot against Hay. Yes, Hay is all right. He knows where the ball is. And I think it's Hay who... no, Parsons gave that one away, and the recipient will be Hollis. Well, it must be very close to half-time. Sturt going with the slight breeze. Another score would just about kill North Adelaide. Painter's lurking behind again. He appeared to get a whack right in the midsection then, Painter. There's been a lot of accidental whacking going on in this quarter. The siren's gone. A great quarter by Sturt. They lead 9-5 to North Adelaide. At the start of the third quarter here, North Adelaide trail by 30 points, and the Roosters have made changes. Hayes at centre-half forward. Bennett maybe having a run on the ball. We can't find Redden at the moment. And there's a good mark taken at centre-half back by Stephen Riley. John Riley not playing, of course, so that's not a good kick away. The floater beat Motley, but he gets back on it now beautifully. Trapped that ball well. Kicks it back to centre-half forward. Klomp is there. The punch away comes. Off hands, it's Jarman, one of North Adelaide's better players in the first half. They didn't have many. Hay was nearly knocked out, or appeared to have been knocked out late in the second quarter. Mervyn Kane was knocked out. I think the ball did that job. He's not feeling too flash at the moment. He's off the ground. There's a holding the ball decision out there in favour of Tiller. Will kick long, right into the square. Or Motley up very high, couldn't take the mark. Dives on top of the ball, but we'll see a bounce down. Yes, Bennett couldn't get into the act at centre-half forward in the first half, so he's probably changing on the ball with Parsons now. Or Parsons and Redden, in fact, may be changing from the bench. We'll pick that up a little bit later. Painter with a quick kick away. Not a good one. It finds Sanders. Left half-forward flank within range. There he is, Big Grenville. Oh, the Sanders kick's not a good one. Gee, coming out and taking the mark was Motley. He had a big first half and a bit of a big second half by the look of it. I think they're a bit big for you, Pete. I hope the insurance policy's paid up.
I wouldn't take on Grenville Dietrich, that's for sure.
Peter Motley puts it out now to Zubranic. Whittlesey wants it. Put in his direction, but the Armfield spoil puts paid to that. Tiller has jumped upon. Too high, says the umpire, and it's his free kick.
Tiller from the half-forward line. Even his massive kick won't make it from there. Goes in short to the lead now of Dietrich. Can't get there. He slipped in his approach to the footy, and it's out on the floor. Andrew Downs with the penalty free kick. Dietrich took one mark in the second quarter and kicked a point. Parsons can't get it. Works hard for it out. He goes with Spiel to Motley's good football by Sturt. Motley kicks to the half-forward line. Clock thumps it on. A chance now. Darrington with him, however, back there is Armfield. Now in goes Filkey. Can't get to the ball before it goes out of play in the full forward right pocket. Sturt led by 5 points at quarter time. 30 points at half-time after a splendid second quarter when they kicked 7-3. Filkey got out the handball. Too quick for Hollis. Armfield takes it away. The left foot kick goes towards Simmons. Couldn't half volley it, but he got it back to Parsons. Parsons has Jarman running for him. Over the centre line going North Adelaide now, but Jarman's kick is not a good one. Maybe he's suffering from that knock he got in the buttock in the second quarter, or first quarter, made him leave the ground. Winter got the handball from Viney. Winter's kick is not all that good. Walker, I beg your pardon, not Winter. Wilmot at the bottom of the pack. Viney to Painter. Beautifully put to Motley or Smith. Take your pick. I think it was meant for Motley, but Smith came in and nicked it. Doesn't matter, so long as Sturt has got it. Painter will get it next. Fair enough too. Sorry, not Painter. I can't find Walk this afternoon. David Walk. Walk from 35 metres out. The kick is going to be home. Fine goal. First to David Walk. Sturt 10-5. North Adelaide 4-5.
Yes, David Walk just came up the wing, then he filled the vacancy that Painter had left for him. Painter ran away, and then Walk just filled it in, and he was able to receive the pass from Daryl Smith. And Sturt once again getting into that half-forward area fairly well. Some very good work there by Todd Viney across the centre of the ground as he held the ball in the air and finally got it on. But Sturt continuing their good form of the first half.
A few happy heads in there. Parsons and Spiel. He missed Motley with it. Through goes Tiller. Gets the kick back now. Good tackle by Zubranic applied. Viney comes now. Painter, Spiel, Zubernick. He's still running. The Roosters are in trouble, no doubt about that. Up goes Wilmot, no mark. Zuchens puts it across now to Ellis. He's gone from half forward to half back. Now Sanders. Showing a clean pair of hills there to Frost, who had a very good first half. No mark to McKechnie. Very close to the line. In fact, it is now out. Sturt leading by 6 goals, and that's a big lead in normal circumstances. But in these conditions, it's probably worth 10. McKechnie against Bennett. North Adelaide floundering presently. Derrington waits for it to come out. It came out, but he was sat upon. Sanders wheeled out of the pack. There'll be a bounce at Sturt's North Adelaide centre-half forward position.
The Roosters can't find a winner in attack. Their 2 key positions well held. The bodies go in, but it was McKechnie that knocked it away. Coming out with the ball was Hart. The kick is not all that good. Viney uses a running player there in Peter Reid. Kicks towards the leader, Smith at centre wing. He's got one to beat. Zuchen beautifully tackled. The umpire said holding the ball. Smith's had a good game. Zuchens is a fiery character. He only spent about 5 minutes on the turf in the second quarter, and he was into a bit of a scuffle. This time Zuchens gets a 15-metre penalty that turns into be about 30. He doesn't need it as he drives to the half-forward line by Mark Hay. Hay showing a bit of strength at centre-half forward for the Roosters now. Off goes Dietrich, but he wants them to kick it over his head. He's looking up there for a taller player. At the back of the pack, big leap by Bennett, couldn't get it. Simmons comes out with a footy, gets the handball across. The hard work of it, bowls card, jams it onto his boot, hits the post. And a point results. Great defensive work by Sturt.
Certainly was. Whittlesey came in just at the right time there for the Blues. Downs to kick off the grandstand side, looking for Viney. Viney's been out of the game since the first quarter. There's his opponent, Jarman. But he's offline, and he kicks out on the full. Jarman's had to do most of the ball getting around the packs, and North Adelaide just lack around the packs. Of course, Andrews not on the side. That would hurt them. Up goes Parsons. The big chap didn't mark it. Tiller. Motley. Tiller again. Umpire Hilton will bounce it. Motley there appealing for the free kick. Would have been a close decision because Tiller appeared to have control of it. Although he wouldn't pick it up because he knew that if he did, he'd be in trouble. Parsons, stolen by Motley, or the kick straight up in the air. Hay and Reid, off hands Derrington, well read, well rolled. Over the top to Hollis. Hollis has had a pretty good game. He puts it in the centre half forward, Wilmot, Painter. Now Plonk, over the right boot, just offline. It was a good movement though by Sturt. The forward line was wide open, and that's testimony to the way Sturt are playing. They got down there quickly. Sturt 10-6, North Adelaide 4-6.
Yes, Peter, they've got the runners. Sanders marked it well. Armfield. Sturt also using the ball better than North Adelaide, who are not kicking well. Zuchens. Tiller, boy, had to wait for it as he kicks long into attack. Up towards Dietrich, got up very high. Great mark, Dietrich. Oh, he came from the cloud. Never ever appeared to be in a position to mark the ball. Downs did everything right, but came out minus the footy. Grenville Dietrich, only his second kick, 30 metres out right in front, and you think North Adelaide need him right now. Make the distance easily, and the accuracy is okay. Dietrich gets his first goal in league football for about 3 weeks, and North Adelaide have got their 5th goal on the board.
Well, Grenville Dietrich, he certainly jumped a bit early then. He read the ball very well. But for once, North Adelaide got the ball rebounding down the ground with some semblance of team play from body to body, and they got it into him to give him a chance to get at it. And up he went, hung there for a while, and the big fellows pulled one down. Perhaps he can do one of those match-winning quarters that he's done in the past, where he's kicked 5 or 6 goals in a flash, and he's certainly electric when he's doing that. And the day is not really against him. He's a strong man. There's no reason why this weather should count against the fellow, even though he may be a high mark.
North trail by 5 goals. Parsons beaten by Spiel in that exchange. Zuchens goes in hard. Bodies everywhere, there'll be another bounce. Viney's in the middle, but I think Jarman's beating him at this point. Jarman's handballing, of course, a feature. Spiel smashes to centre half forward, well read by Stephen Riley. Wide to Sanders. Sanders starting to get on top of Frost in this quarter, which is certainly helping North Adelaide a lot. Sanders' fleet of foot gets around Frost. Uses the left boot. Lord Bennett low to the ground, couldn't take the mark. Sturt players dive on top of it in despair, and there will be a bounce in North Adelaide centre half forward position. Hart got a whack in the jaw in the second quarter. He went off for a while. Jarman got a whack at the base of the hip in the second quarter, and he went off for a while. G. Bennett got the handball out. Chance now comes back to Bowles onto the left boot. Bennett comes in late, couldn't mark the ball. It's at his feet now. Sturt trying to clear. Pake. Trouble. Jarman over to Bowles. He was put down, but he kicked a goal. Great goal. Brought down with Jarman. Couldn't pick the Sturt player up. Yes, it was Smith. They're all over Smith at the moment. Plenty of heavy body work in there. First it was Bowles that went down. Then Jarman, Smith involved in that, and then they all wanted Smith. The umpire had a chat to Smith. There may be another free kick given here.
He wouldn't give another one, Pete. Under law he couldn't. I think he's just counting the first goal.
He's allowed to. I think he's allowed to, Ian, because Smith came in. I think you'll find this is another kick for goal, and it's going to go to Jarman, who was put down after Bowles kicked the first goal.
Yeah, but the umpire has to give the all-clear sign.
Yeah, he does. After the umpire's given the all-clear sign. I'd love to know what that is in law. Obviously, umpire Hilton's got a very clear idea, but in my humble opinion, I thought the law was that it's after the goal umpire has given the all-clear, the infringement has to take place.
Well, in my view, it was. I didn't see the clear signal, but there's certainly another shot at goal. Now, Jamie Bowles had the first kick, and that was a goal. That is also, no, that's offline. That's a point. So we haven't gone back to centre for a bounce, and we've got 7 points has been added to the score here.
An interesting one in law, Peter. Downs. Oh, out goes big Michael Parsons. He's got to get a free kick. The game's starting to hot up. Certainly the crowd's enjoying a bit of the more physical clash in this cold July afternoon at Prospect. Tiller on the lead, Bowles. Bowles now 35-40 metres out. Can he kick another one? He's going for another pass, but it's not well directed. He was looking up there now for Big Bennett. He's gone down with a high tackle. It gets David McKechnie. And now it's Peter Bennett who's going to get a free kick. Well, we're certainly exciting the North Adelaide crowd. I don't know whether you call it excitement. But suddenly their players are starting to go down like 9 pins.
Accidental, I mean. I agree. Then players ducking to the side. You see it's very hard to hold your feet to get your body across.
I don't think Bowles ducked, Robert.
No, but the thing is here, they're going for the ball, North Adelaide now. That's the difference. They've been in the first half.
Bennett, that's a goal, I think. Bennett's goal. North Adelaide make their bid to get back in the game. 7-7 plays Sturt 10-6.
So Sturt have to keep their composure now. They've had a little bit of misfortune with Daryl Smith. When he hit the player down at half forward. And now McKechnie knocking a player in the head. Accidentally, of course, but they've converted 2 goals and should have had 3. And they've let Sturt off the hook a little. But nevertheless, Sturt looking a little shaky.
Can the Roosters go on? Parsons in the centre against Spiel. Spiel again to centre half forward. Zuchens, Armfield. Oh, the kick not a good one. Viney intercepts and takes a good mark. Viney's been out of the game for a long, long time. Kick to centre half forward is a strong one. Oh, only Bilky up. Off hands, Hollis. Wilmot on the lead. Hollis is going to change direction. Wilmot getting back now. He goes up. Can't take the mark. Zuchens runs it through for a point to North Adelaide. To Sturt. Sturt at 10-7. North Adelaide 7-7.
Paul Arnold to kick the ball into play, coming grandstand side, looking for Parsons, couldn't mark it, he could get it out, he goes now, he made it obvious that he was legged, and the umpire agrees with him. Parsons from the half-back line, Hasn't been a big afternoon for the former basketball player, but it was a good pass off to Tiller. Tiller only about... Yes, David Tiller would remember this flank. Maybe John Hall will too. As he kicks long up towards Hay, off the fingers, Motley superbly gets out of trouble, drives Sturt back towards the half-forward line. Spill went for the thump to give Darrington the chance. Down they go like 9 pins, and the umpire will have to come in and bounce the ball. A bounce on the half-forward left flank. It was Zuchens climbing up with the footy.
Sturt 10-7, North Adelaide 7-7, and you can see that Sturt have really put in this last couple of minutes, because they can feel that North Adelaide is lifting. Well done, Cont. Wilmot punching away Arnold. It was good work. Arnold missed it completely. Now Sanders comes in. He was hit pretty hard. Players all over the ball, and umpire Hilton will bounce it. Well, it's a very delicate time of the game now. The game in the balance. North Adelaide making its bid. Sturt after another goal. Gilkey was dispossessed. Sanders tries to run it out. He's had a big third quarter. It's at centre-half forward, and we'll see another bounce. We're 16 minutes in. We're in Sturt's attacking area. Frank Spiel smashes it forward. Another stalemate. We'll see another bounce. Wilmot has kicked 2 goals today. Painter 2. For North Adelaide, Jamie Bowles, their main scorer, with 2 goals. It's not a day for goals. Gee, that's a Frank Spiel free kick. It was being held. No doubt about it. Parsons did it right in front of the umpire. And big Frank Spiel, who kicked a very good goal in the second quarter, has got a chance to repeat the dose. He's been a good player, Frank Spiel, today. The Wilmot lead is ignored. Frank Spiel goes right into the square. Big leap there by Smith. It's players all over the ball again, and we'll see another bounce right in the goal square. Arnold, Gilkey, Wilmot over the shoulder. Wilmot, but it was touched. It was touched. 1 point. Sturt 10-8. North Adelaide 7-7.
No question that Sturt are playing the better footy. Wilmot with 2 goals. Arnold's done a pretty good job. Then again, the weather is not for full forwards. Arnold a very good fullback. 10-8 plays 7-7. Arnold goes for the short pass, looking for Wildy, and the ball goes out of bounds off the play. No, Trevor Hill couldn't get a handball away. Wildy unloaded it quickly to Jarman, nose over the ball. Tiller now got to beat Filkey, got that handball away. Or Sanders was under pressure. 2 out go 2 Sturt players, ran into each other. Zuchin put his teammate in trouble in Ellis. He goes down. The umpire ruled a 1 ball and will come in and bounce. Well, John Hilton's not giving too many popular decisions at the moment. He can't take a trick either side.
Todd Viney's got a headache. 2 Sturt players collided. Viney and Frost.
Umpire Hilton, a good bounce with a wet ball. Spill thumps it clear. A chance now, Sturt. Darrington! He missed. Got it from Walk in a superb handball. Darrington disappointed. It should have been an easy goal. 10-9 Sturt, 7-7 North Adelaide.
Well, the acting captain kicked 1 in the first quarter, but not so on that occasion. 10-9 Sturt, North Adelaide 7-7 as Arnold comes to grandstand side. Parsons goes back into play. Armfield to Hill. Smith in front. Tiller off hands. Smith has got Tiller. Zuchens. They continue to yell holding the ball every time a player gets near it these days, and certainly wasn't holding the ball then. Umpire Hilton made the right decision for the bounce. Spiel again. He's certainly finding the ball as a ruckman this year. Smith tries to push it out. Tunnel ball effect. But we'll see another bounce. And we've certainly had a few this afternoon. Conditions haven't been that good for football, although we haven't had that much rain. Motley, he'll get a free kick for that. He didn't have it. The North supporters can't believe it, but I don't think umpire Hilton's done the wrong thing in the last 10 minutes. Hollis didn't mark it. Through goes Jarman. A little bit lucky, yes. Certainly when a player's got the ball and he tries to bust through, he really runs a risk, and that was the correct decision then from umpire Hilton. Hollis puts a high ball there. Wilmot tries to hold ground. Painter tries to read it. Tunnel balls it out. Sanders. He's got no one to kick it to. In front is Simmons. Punching away is Pake. And the umpire will throw it in. Right half forward flank for the Blues.
Throw in on the outer side. Over 20 minutes gone. At least they're warm. Painter. Edged it out. Pike. Motley. Hooks around the corner out to the outer side. That's well put. Getting underneath it is Frost. And he's got the ball. Smith's in the pocket wanting it.
Wasn't on though, Ian. He did it well, Frost.
Frost puts a long one in towards full forward. Wilmot and Arnold at the back. Darrington. Darrington claims the mark. Umpire says play on. A shot at goal goes away across the face of goal there. Well, it's good play. It could have been Smith. And the ball has been ruled out of play. Smith it was. A throw in, full forward left pocket. Spiel. Redden at the back. Almost taken there by Hart. Players stack up on top of the ball, and the umpire will come in and bounce. It's tough out there. A lot at stake for Sturt, more so than North Adelaide. Sitting happily on top of the premiership table. Sturt with a tough few games coming up, and also the fact that they would like to take a chance in a very tight competition.
Whose foot did that hit then? Because that's interference with the bounce. Whoever it did, I don't think John Hilton knew whether it hit Redden.
I think Redden's, Robert, but I
agree against him.
I don't think the umpire saw it, whose foot it was. He couldn't guess. Hill close to the line, and the ball is out of play.
You're not suggesting umpires guess him, I hope.
I said he didn't guess.
Oh, that's all right then.
Headline Sturt, North Adelaide 7-7. Redden and Spiel across comes Klomp, smashes it over and out. Onto the back wall. It's coming back, but not far enough. He got the point with it though. Sturt 10-10. North Adelaide 7-7. Sturt this quarter have kicked 1-5, and they might pay for that late on in this game. The kick right is to Hart. Darrington out there, fighting for it. Gets rid of it. Viney. The handball comes from the Hart though to Jarman. Jarman onto the left boot, wobbles one towards centre wing. Hay is out there with Reid. The ball beats both players out. The umpire will throw it in centre wing. Well, there's 21 points in this game. In these conditions, it's still not a bad lead. It comes back to Viney. Zubranic smashes it forward. He got one for his corner. Plenty of players in there. Darrington puts it out. Motley kicks off the ground. A chance now for Smith. The tackle is high. Zuchens gets out. The umpire says holding the ball. Free kick will go out there to Painter. Painter, a very clever player in all conditions. Oh, having said that, he kicks it straight to the opposition. Not terribly clever there. Campbell intercepted superbly. Goes back towards Pate. He showed a lot of courage then. Kicking off the ground, Tiller. Out comes Whittlesey. Whittlesey and Tiller, I think, went close to a pretty bad collision then, but it comes out from Reid to Painter. I don't think he'll kick to the opposition this time, no. Whittlesey kicks high. Kilkey couldn't mark it. Off hands to Hill. Showing a ton of speed, Hill. Jamie Bowles is under the ball. He's never going to mark it. Bennett. Tiller. Here's a big chance. Dietrich will kick this. He could sit down and have a picnic. 2 goals, Dietrich. Great work by Tiller. North Adelaide 8-7. Sturt 10-10.
So it was Bennett to Tiller to Dietrich. The Sturt had made a mistake. They had an opportunity to go very strongly into attack, and they were not able to do so with any efficiency. North Adelaide straight back down the ground. And with 3 very good handballs, moved it right into that full forward area to make an absolute certainty of the goal. So North Adelaide, they're coming back to only 2 goals, 3 down after being 5 goals down. And with time on period of the third quarter, got a bit left to come home. They won the toss at the start of the game, and maybe that helped them, although there hasn't been a lot of wind during the day. But the little bit that there has been has favoured the end to which they're kicking at the moment, and maybe they've got a bit of reserve at the end.
Frank Spiel in ruck against Redden. North Adelaide coming back, 15 points down. Redden couldn't get it out. Here's a chance now for Jarman. The long hand ball goes out to Sanders. On the lead is Dietrich, the big fella, loves to meet it, gets his hands to it, can't complete it. Motley back in defence for the Blues, beats Bowles, but slips out of play, and the ball will be thrown in the full forward left pocket. Into time on of the third quarter. North Adelaide have come back strong in this quarter, but as Robert said, it is the scoring end, or has been to this stage. Quickly in there was Hart, couldn't get it. Trying to pick it up, Dietrich couldn't get a handball away. Zubernick in defence, but he runs the ball out of play once more. 10-10 plays 8-7. Bennett and McKechnie as the bodies go in. Over the top came Campbell, a line ball. Quickly trying to pick it up was Hart, got the handball away. Dietrich couldn't get a kick away. Handball, goal! Beautifully done, handball across. Bowles' third goal. North Adelaide 9-7, Sturt 10-10.
Well, North Adelaide are keeping the pressure on up in that forward line. It was Dietrich's strength then to enable that ball to get across to the front of the goal. And finally they ran into the square with Jamie Bowles again kicking an absolute simple goal. And they're still hanging in there, North Adelaide. And they're looking pretty good at this point of time.
North have kicked 5 goals this quarter, and they're certainly putting in at the moment. Redden away at the centre. Viney stole the ball, kicked it to half forward. Filkey and Wielding. Now Riley. Hay in front. Points it over the top. Zubernick for the run of it. Campbell there. That's a good tackle. No. That's a bad tackle. A bad tackle. Pushing the back, says umpire Hilton. The free kick goes to Grant Zubernick. Matthew Campbell is not impressed. Reid works just in front of Hay and takes the mark. A bit of mud in his eye, it would appear. Motley in front of Zuchens. Off. Great leap, Zuchens. Right over the top. That's a fine catch. Zuchens kicks North Adelaide into attack. Hay in front this time. Hit him on the chest. It goes back to Pake. Bit of a fight on behind play between Hay and Reid. Redden kept it in. Hill fell over. Motley on top of it. Umpire Hilton will bounce it. The North Adelaide supporters are not too happy with the umpiring, but I don't think it's been too bad. The odd error, but I guess just about everyone has got a different opinion on an umpiring decision. Hart. Pake thought about playing on, but he stops and slows it down. 28 minutes gone. Pake comes to grandstand side. Frank Spiel. Too much height there for Hill. Spiel played it on. A reverse screw punt, that one. Ellis, well done to Jarman. Jarman in the play a lot this quarter. Smith intercepts or tries to. Also Zubernick out there. They're all wrong-footed by the bounce of the ball. Zubernick gets it back to Whittlesea. Now Frost. Frost will come along to grandstand side. Clock. Couldn't mark it. Comes back now to Redden. Hill with the run of it. Oh, Viney running down. Great work, Viney. And the umpire will bounce it centre-wing.
Close to three-quarter time. The crowd loving every minute of this very physical third quarter. 10-10 plays 9-7, a bounce on the half-forward right flank for North Adelaide. Umpire Steve Ardell puts it down. Spiel, but Tiller comes out with a footy. Close to him, Pake. Tiller and Pake. The umpire said the ball is out of play. Tiller looking for a free kick for a push in the back. A throw in this time about 35 metres around from the North Adelaide goal. Time running out in this quarter for them to score again. Back towards Hart. Hart now on the right foot, dummies back onto the left leg. Puts it up for Dietrich. Dietrich and down. Siren sound. Bowls at the back, but the umpire won't count that. What a pity for North Adelaide. Would have been a lay-down with their goal. But at three-quarter time, Sturt 10-10-70, lead 9, North 9-7-61. rough and tough third quarter. See Sturt lead by 9 points as we pick up the final quarter here at Prospect Oval. The rain has stopped, but it's still very heavy. North go into attack through hard, up towards Bowl, looking for a running player going past, no one there, and Viney comes back in defence, out towards Frost, taken however by Pate, who straightens up and sends the ball back centre field. Clock charges to meet the ball, couldn't half volley it, allows Painter to take it, he drives Sturt into attack, up towards the half-forward line. Quickly Darrington now, back towards Klopp, who got a good set, pushes out a pass, beautifully read by David Walk, and he's got it 45 metres out. I assume it was meant for him. Walk not really confident making the distance, plays on quickly, puts it up for Wilmot now, the big lead, can't complete it. Filkey gets it out, quickly now Smith in the pocket, hooks around the corner, out by getting underneath it. Oh, what a magnificent goal, Darren Smith. That could be the match-winning goal. His first, unbelievable from the right forward pocket. In the first minute, Sturt moves to 11-10, North Adelaide 9-7.
So both Darryl Smith capitalises on some of the good work that the other players did on that occasion, but it was he who's done so much around the ground during the day. He's had a very good game, Smith. He's in very good form this year. That's an important goal with his 15th kick.
Sturt, great incentive to win. Back towards Viney it goes. He's starting to get into the action again. Pake goes wide. Klopp will be beaten in the run of the ball out there by Wieldy. Bit of action behind the play there between Filkey and his immediate opponent. It goes out of the full though, so the pressure is starting to show on the North Adelaide players. It'll be Klopp with the free kick, and he's had a fine game in these conditions. Motley up, completely missed the ball. Wilmot couldn't pick it up. Arnold comes through, he's caught, and the umpire will bounce it in Sturt's centre half forward position. Wilmot has kicked two. Painter two. You can see Wilmot's ankle appears to be heavily strapped. McKechnie fighting hard, also Redden. Kicking off the ground was Painter, but it rebounded back. Armfield in there trying to pick the ball up, but it's hard who comes away with it. He'll be run down by Viney. Painter it was, in fact. It was a great tackle now. Tiller, the running player, Matthew Campbell. Bowles wants it out wide. Whittlesey comes across though and takes a great defensive mark. Ross wants it on grandstand side. He's done it on more than one occasion today, and he takes the mark at half back. Kick to Frost, not the best on that occasion. Motley wide at centre wing. Hay won't catch him. Motley hooks it back towards Klopp. Off hands Darrington. A bit loose North Adelaide. Wilmot's in all right of trouble. He approached that ball very gingerly. Off hands to Smith, but it's over the line, out of bounds.
Wilmot limping back to his full forward spot. Sturt in command at the moment. That 15 points is going to be pretty valuable. They're kicking to the end. It's tended to be the scoring end. Hard, or the handball away. Painter has a flying shot, but bad luck. He hit the post. Handball was dangerous. He knew it. He just shook his head in disgust. And Painter almost made him pay the penalty for it. Sturt move on now to 11-11. North Adelaide 9-7.
Very dark here at Prospect Oval. We haven't got lights, of course. Wieldy in front. No mark. Play on is the call. Frost caught by Sanders. That was a good tackle. Darrington. Filkey goes short or too short. Hard intercepted, and that's a great interception by the North Adelaide Rover. Both sides making mistakes under pressure. Redden punching away McKechnie. That was a good effort. Smith will let it go out. Very early in the last quarter, North Adelaide trails by 18 points. 16, in fact. Painter got boot to ball. In comes Klopp, lost the ball to Armfield. He comes away looking for Simmons. Pake up, couldn't take the mark. Simmons recovered well. Spiel got in front of Bennett. Bowles off hands. Umpire Hilton though does the right thing and calls for a bounce.
11-11 to 9-7. 5 minutes gone in the final quarter. Sturt desperately needing a win. Their eyes on not only a spot in the 5, but the double chance in this very even competition. Whittlesey well done. Spiel farms out a handball. Well taken, however, by Sanders. Dietrich wants it in long, gets his body underneath the ball. Over the top came Downs, and the ball has trickled out of play in the right forward pocket. Gee, it isn't ever getting dark. The picture on your screens a lot better than patrons at Prospect Oval are seeing the game, I can tell you. And a lot warmer. Dietrich used his body. The ball on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire will come in and bounce in the right forward pocket, with North Adelaide desperately needing a goal. Bounce down right on the edge of the square. Spilled back, Dietrich over the top. Beautifully done, however, by Pake. He got back towards the half-back line. Here's a chance for him to run it out. Viney got it over to Frost. Now he's also doing the shepherding. He did that one very well indeed, as Frost kicks the Blues to the half-forward line. Smith in. Can't pick it up. Jarman. Well taken, however, by Woodward. It was Jarman now with the ball. He got it from Wildy. On the half-back forward line, it's Bennett. Now Tiller. Tiller's got a dummy back and put out a pass. Beautifully done. And he gets it to Button.
That was Bowles in. The little bloke on the boundary of the ball there. It looks like Tiller. I thought it was till he had 37.
Thanks, Robert. Barner's got the ball. The boy from Wandonda. Usually a good kick. 35 metres out. Not going to make the distance in the square. Big lead, Dietrich! He's got the footy. Is the umpire going to pay it? Downs went down in a heap. Dietrich has taken the mark. He didn't seem to get up in the air. Got the footy on his chest. And this is a goal that North Adelaide badly needs. Shouldn't miss from here. Doesn't. Goal number 3. North fight back. 10-7 to start 11-11.
Well, Bunn's kick was put nice and accurately into the square. Gave Dietrich an opportunity to get at it. The only question was, how early did he jump? Because he jumped with his feet and he pushed it forward on Downs, just pushed him out of the road. But probably Downs' fault for playing so far in front of him and giving him an opportunity to get a run at him, because Andrew Downs has got the movement to stay with Dietrich. But Dietrich was too good. He read it well. And he's put North Adelaide right back in business. There's a long way to go yet. But this lead could be handy for Sturt if this rain comes in.
Only 10 points in it. The North Adelaide crowd getting right into it at the moment. That bounce will be recalled. Wilmot has an injury to his left ankle, and that could be telling, because at the other end of the ground, Dietrich must be becoming a confident player again. Up high went McKechnie, stolen on that occasion by Derrington. Wilmot can hardly run. Painter reading it, also Wildy right to the line, and the umpire will throw it into the right forward pocket for the Blues. One can talk about the wisdom or lack of wisdom in injured players playing, but Wilmot's ankle doesn't look too good. Wildy, they try to run it out, comes to Bowles. Not a bad player, Bowles. The handball goes off hands. Wilmot tried to kick it through, and Jarman concedes the point. G. Jarman is covering a lot of ground. Sturt is now 11-12, North Adelaide at 10-7.
David Wildy to bring the ball back into play, goes to the outer side. Motley couldn't judge it. Hill against Motley. Tiller wants it. Bowles there as well. The bottom of the pack. Motley can't get it out, and the umpire says he's going to bounce. North Adelaide players were looking for a holding the ball decision. Not a particularly good bounce. It goes towards the line, and the umpire is going to recall the bounce, I believe, or is it out of play? The umpire is going to throw it back in. Redden, who appeared to hurt himself at the last centre bounce, got it down to Bowles, smothered off the boot. Now Viney on the left leg, hooked back towards the half-forward line. Clock charges to meet it, can't get it. It's all North Adelaide back there as Campbell got it across. It kicked back towards the half-back line by Hart. McKechnie gave it at Derrington, thought about Painter, can't find it. Taps it in clear. In goes Derrington again. Players stack up. Tunnel ball out. Derrington in the action. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Gee, do you think it's ever dark out there?
It is, Ed, and a lot of players finding it hard to hold the position, falling over a great deal, but I guess they must be pretty tired as well. The punch back then came from Walk. The handball out from Clock. Painter Walk also deep in the pocket, hooks around with the left boot. Great kick, but offline. It was a good effort by Walk, but he got the point with it. They all count at this stage. Sturt 11-13 now. They're 2 goals in front of North Adelaide at 10-7. And that's how dark it is in fact. But with the magic of television, we can make it a little bit lighter, just like that. Riley runs out of defence for North Adelaide. Brings it to grandstand side. Cross comes Pate. Also Zuchin's there. Now Simmons. Got no one to kick it to. He has to handball it out. Oh, Smith forgot to tackle. Sanders handled it beautifully. Puts it up high. Watch Dietrich. He won't get a jump at it. Comes over the top. Downs with Pate. Off the carpet goes hard. Won't get a goal. And then he races into the pocket with Zubrinic. They kick it off the ground. And it's out of the right forward pocket for North Adelaide.
Desperation stakes by North Adelaide, trying to get back into the game. 2 goals down. Spill's tap only went there as far as Hart. The ball is bottled up on top of that player. And at the 11-minute mark, the umpire calls for another bounce. 11-13 plays 10-7. It's been tough. It's been a very good contest. Tap down there by Whittlesey, and the umpire's going to give him a free kick in the back pocket. He edges Sturt out of defence to the outer side. Big leap up there by Viney. More gymnastic, however, than effective. He's given away a free kick, and to be taken out there, I think it was by Barton. Oh, he kicks a shocker, and Sturt a chance to clear up towards centre field, where Zuchins takes the mark.
Plays it over to Campbell. Matthew Campbell changes tack now to Tiller. Tiller will go long. Dietrich will be involved in this. Dietrich unattended. Well, they were worried about Bennett. Downs was 3 metres away from Dietrich on that occasion and didn't contest the mark. So the big chap is starting to put his stamp on this game. Nothing in the first half. He's coming back now with a vengeance. He's got back 4 goals, Grenville Dietrich. North now close the gap to within 6 points of Sturt.
Well, where Andrew Downs was going then, nobody knows. He was running backwards, not even watching the line of flight of the ball. Dietrich just walked forward, took the easiest of marks as 2 other players were shepherding each other. But North Adelaide, they haven't given up. Sturt have kicked a lot of behind since half-time. They won a couple of goals quickly just to steady, but North are not going to give up without a fight.
6 points the difference. 12.5 minutes gone. Spiel against Redden. Redden around half right, but it's been accepted by Viney. The kick towards centre wing is anybody's ball. Coming to meet it and trapping it well, however, for North Adelaide. Here's Zuchins, not the Sanders, as he drives to the half-forward line. Hay looking for someone to pass off to. Tiller in the pocket on his left leg. Puts it in towards Dietrich, but it's gone out on the full. Had a chance, but he hooked it too far. I think he was probably looking for Dietrich. May have been shooting for goal, but whatever, Andrew Downs gets the penalty free kick for out on the full. Downs goes to the outer side. Spiel is out there. Redden behind, thups away. Likewise, Walk. Painter. The bodies go in. Well done, Simmons. He can't pick it up. Trying to get out of the ball. With the ball is Hart. And the umpire will come and bounce it on North's half-forward line.
Well, North are right in it now. Sturt has kicked 2 goals out since half-time. And McNoonan and his players have been able to turn a 30-point deficit at half-time into only a 6-point deficit now. Zubrinic, who replaced Mervyn Kane, puts it straight over the head of John Painter. He manages to recover, though. He wants Filkey. Can't find him. A good mark taken out there by the North Adelaide defender. Wildy it is. Comes across to Hill. Hill's got the big chance now. Big space to work in. Oh! The handball was meant for Tiller. It went straight to Motley. Now Wilmot's got it. In goes Filkey. Not too happy about the Jarman intervention, but there wasn't anything in it.
Trevor Hill holding his head in disgust or shame or whatever.
Gee, that one movement could be the game.
Sturt haven't got an ounce left though, Pete. They can't get any run up through that half-forward line. North are really finding a metre or 2 at the moment.
However, a goal to Wilmot would put them 2 up. It appears to be accurate, but no distance in the kick. And Wilmot is limping very noticeably. North trailing by 6 points, but they're very good in close finishes. North Adelaide against Sturt. Through it goes for a point. So Sturt 7 points up, 11-14 to North Adelaide 11-7.
Arnold conceded the point, and that could be decisive. Matthews taken off the fingers by Waugh. Buttering up again. Finally breaking away is Wildy, and the ball is out of play, however.
It's amazing, Ian, that ball was kicked into Trevor Hill's face then, and of course Mervyn Kane was knocked out in a similar incident in the second term.
Stephen Riley in the screen. Wildy 23, Wiley 22, Klomp and Wildy. Matthew Campbell couldn't get the handball out. Klomp goes in. Darrington got it across. The Sturt go into attack, and it is out on North. No, taken in defence there by Sir Michael Armfield, I think.
Yes, Armfield it was. No mark there to Spiel. And I can tell you what, it's very, very difficult to see out there, and as we've said, what you can see on the screen is a lot like a Spiel. It was punched over the top though. North Adelaide now off hands Tiller. Here's the run from Hill, but it'll be Whittlesey that might get there first. He intercepts beautifully for Sturt. He beat Simmons to the punch. Now Frost. Here's the run. Pate for the Blues. On the lead is Wilmot. Oh, great play, Sturt. Adelaide Wilmot get front spot, and the Sturt spearhead has got another chance. He kicks with the right boot, but he's afraid to put too much pressure on the left when he lifts the right. Darrington standing at centre forward on his own. Wilmot's going to go for home. Accuracy is there. He's got the distance. Oh, what a telling goal. Wilmot got what was needed. His third. 12-14 now, the Blues. North Adelaide 11-7.
That was a magnificent play by Greg Whittlesey. What a great player he is. One would almost think too good for a back pocket. He read an attacking play by North Adelaide. Intercepted the ball with full body, no hands on the ball, just full body. Set it up for Frost. Frost got it across, and away went the Blues to capitalise and take a good lead.
Michael Noonan may even be resigned at this stage. A 13-point deficit is pretty telling. Riley got it out. Sanders, the handball is not good. Getting back on it is Viney. Hart couldn't get a kick away. Zubernick over the top, put a saddle on him almost. Zubernick not happy with the decision, but Hart has got a free kick. Out goes Dietrich. Ball put out in front of him. Downs right there with him. Off the fingers. Back in defence, it's Smith. And Motley, he's lost the footy. Down, works with Simmons. And the umpire is giving a kicking in danger, I think, against Downs.
That's a horrible decision here. A horrible decision. I thought that was really bad luck.
Simmons, a high kick in towards Dietrich now, trying to use his body. In there quickly is Bunn, gives it to Bowles, jams it onto his boot, had a chance, couldn't make the break, and North Adelaide register their 8th point.
2 goals in it. McNernan showing the strain at this point with Jeffrey Paul alongside. Zubernick will kick out, or he'll come to grandstand side to Smith. Jamie Bowles just covers that player now. Everything in favour of a Sturt victory. We're approaching 20 minutes. There's enough time for North if they're good enough, but goals are pretty hard to come by at this stage. Redden couldn't take the mark. Taps it back. Viney, caught, Spiel. His kick was smothered. Viney again. Oh. Just in play. Either lucky or very, very clever, that kick. So it's centre wing. Probably only about 8 minutes left in this game because there won't be much time on. Tiller, stolen by Darrington, a chance for Filkey now. Punching away though is Wieldy, so we'll see another throw in at right half forward flank. Wilmot is limping in the square. He kicked Sturt's last goal, so he's still capable. Over the top goes Riley. Armfield back to Hart. Hart delayed the kick. Now Frost goes up with one hand, couldn't mark the ball and runs it over the line.
Throwing on the half-forward right flank. Time starting to run out for North Adelaide now. The Blues by 12 points. It means they've got to score 3 times. 5 minutes plus time on to go. Ball forced back to Painter, beautifully done to Viney. Caught on the left leg, goes in towards full forward. Wilmot there, Arnold over the top. Getting back on it is Wildy. With him is Walk. Walk tried to get a handball away, but the ball was out of bounds.
I think that David Walk perhaps is getting a bit far into that forward line for Sturt. He's getting him into a bit of trouble. He's giving North Adelaide a lot of space to come out of on rebound.
Matthew Campbell tried to hold his ground there. Hollis couldn't get the kick away. Painter, the short pass across now here to Viney. Viney shoots to a goal! Oh, what a brilliant goal! He's a rugged young man, but what a player, his first goal. And surely that's the Medley's game, set and match the Blues, I would think now. 13-14 to the Northern OC, 11-8.
There's no doubt about the Todd Viney, certainly the one player that's found them in this last quarter. Some of his tackling's been superb, his block up, his defensive action's been excellent, he's kept Sturt there. He just creeped down into that half-forward line then with the ball coming back to him. Very good bit of play there by Sturt to get it to him, and they're looking good now.
Well, that's the Roosters poster, but I think they might go down today. Hart was hit high. Plenty of players in there, and we'll see another bounce. Well, North Adelaide have had some injuries through the year, and they just can't find enough players now to cover them. Punching away with Spiel. And another Mealy, an umpire. Hilton finds a free kick for pushing the back. Player at the bottom of the pack is Hart. Hart will run it out. Gee, Painter ran in from behind, but Hart on this occasion finds a teammate. Now Riley. Gee, they're conceding ground out there, North Adelaide. Campbell gives it back to Riley. And North Adelaide go along. The ball's very heavy. Zubryk couldn't mark. Comes off hands to Smith. A high ball out. Sees Frost lead in the race to the ball. Frost will kick to touch again. And Sturt would appear at this stage to have this one in their keeping. Here's David Frost. He's played pretty well. Although Sanders' second half has been very good for North Adelaide. There's no doubt in my mind that Frost had the better of that duel in the first half. Redden and Spiel. Plump fighting hard for it. Plump at centre-half forward's been a great player for Sturt today.
He certainly has. A bounce down on the half-forward right flank. 18 points to the Blues. Painter from Spiel up towards Wilmot. Fine mark. Close to the ground. He might have a bung ankle, but it certainly hasn't stopped his desperation. Lips towards our cameras. Booted a very good goal about 5 minutes ago from way out, and a chance to put his fourth on the board.
Gee, Painter from hand to boot then was like lightning in.
Like a hot brick. The angle is evident. He'll make the distance with ease. A very strong kick indeed. Booted free. That is four. He's got it through. Well, that's it for certain now. Wilmot's fourth goal. And Sturt heading to a very, very top victory. 14-14 to North Adelaide, 11-8.
Well, there's an indication there of just how some players have to work very hard, perhaps not have such a great effect on the game. But John Painter is absolutely magic. When he gets his hands on that ball, and something can happen, his ability to get the ball from hand to foot so quickly and to advantage it on, gives an opportunity one out so often, and Wilmot taking advantage has sealed it for the Blues.
Bounce down. Redden goes up, down to Hart. Hart through the mud. Smothered by Painter. He's done some telling things this quarter, John Painter. But in fact, he's had a top game, period. Kicks it to centre wing, and the umpire will throw it in. 14-14 the Blues, 11-8 North Adelaide. The difference 24 points. The Roosters can't win from here. Spiel and Redden. Down it goes to Painter. Got a quick handball out, but it's close to the line again. Very dark there on the outer side of the ground. North Adelaide desperate, but they're about to suffer their second successive defeat at Prospect Oval. The rain starting to fall, which will make it even more difficult for North Adelaide. There's Plump, number 22 in screen. Spiel up high. Hollis. Painter again gets the quick kick forward. Darrington low to the ground. Comes out now. Wildy tries to get the kick out. The handball comes now. Darrington over the top. Wilmot. Goal 5 for Wilmot. Well, he's had his best quarter with an injured left ankle. 3 goals for the quarter. 15-14 the Blues. And delighted Sturt fans there.
So the Blues are able to absolutely sew the game up completely now, getting enough players up forward with enough work and enough team play to set each other up to score easy goals. All set about by some wonderful play just some 5 or 10 minutes ago by Greg Whittlesey when he reversed an attacking play by North Adelaide.
Back to the centre we see Spiel against Redden. Spiel easily. Motley tried to give it to Painter, it didn't quite work. Campbell now over to Jarman. Whittlesey behind, couldn't take the mark. Hill tries to walk. Zuchens it was trying to run through. Now Hart onto the left boot. With a good mark in defence, taken by McKechnie. And he holds North up once again. Frost wants it, but McKechnie will go to the outer side of the ground to Viney. Viney's had a top game. Now Smith. Well, the handball puts Smith in trouble. In a lot of trouble, in fact, and the ball is kicked over the boundary line. And we'll see a throw in the right forward pocket there.
Hackney High just fisted away from behind by North Adelaide. Picked up though. Hill can't get the score. Bennett it is. It's in there at the moment. A long handball forward. That bowls. Now Downs. He's got a player loose on centre wing. Peter Motley. Motley plays on. Runs it wide. Trying to draw the player from North Adelaide. Frost runs with him up the wing. Instead of that, he goes long. Hollis is up there, but Wildy's too good in defence, and he takes the mark on the half-back line. Too tall for Craig Filkey. Filkey been fairly quiet since been quite promising early. Frost. Good mark, David. David Frost. He's on centre wing. Had a very good game. A little bit quiet for a while. 27-minute mark as Klopp receives. Another player who's done well for Sturt. For a little while, but one would expect that because he works so hard at centre half forward, must have run himself into the ground. Across the face of the goal, it's a long kick. Players almost out of sight over there, it's so dark. It'll be North Adelaide to take the free kick. In defence, player getting off the ground is Trevor Hill.
Well, North Adelaide have put in a big third quarter. They started off this last quarter very well, but the odds have been insurmountable, really. With Sturt, the good team performance have been too good. Redden puts it out now. North Adelaide trying to run it forward, but they're going into that pocket out there. Phil Buck couldn't mark the ball, and Zubrick sees it go over the line. Wilmot with 5 goals has been the principal goal scorer. For North Adelaide, Didrich has 4. Jamie Bowles has 3. So he's kicked 14 in 3 weeks, Jamie Bowles. Off hands from Tiller. Kicking off the ground, Jarman, but it was smothered. Here's a chance now for Whittlesey. He runs it out wide to Frost. There'll be a free after disposal for a high tackle on Whittlesey by Hay.
And Whittlesey's off too, Peter. He's down the ground. He's really tried. He's put in this last quarter. The umpire brought the ball back. Whittlesey's just run 100 yards for no reason as umpire Hilton just gets his, whatever it's called, measuring stick out and brings the ball back across 5 metres to the left at centre wing. Fairly significant decision, I would have thought. Most unnecessary. Darrington. Darrington be a bit flat. He hasn't played for a couple of weeks. Had an injury. Running up and down the spot a little. Sturt trying to keep it away now, just sewing it up. He kicks it to Motley. Whittlesey's in at the half-forward line. He's hit as he kicks, and it goes out of bounds on the full. Sturt's half-forward line, about 30 metres around from their goal at the 29-minute mark of this, the last quarter. 15-14 to Sturt, 11-8 to North Adelaide.
The game's going to have a pretty tame finish. It looked as though North Adelaide earlier may have made a game of it, but that wasn't to be. Sturt too good in the final analysis. David Frost thought about a leap, but then gave it up. Players all over the ball, and umpire helped to a bounce. Well, there it is. The siren has gone. North Adelaide have lost 2 in a row at Prospect, and Sturt cements its place in the final 5 with a great victory. 15-14 to North Adelaide, 11 goals up.